Hi there, my name is April Sawtelle and welcome to my channel. Today what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be covering two of my love seat cushions. So I have this love seat, it's got the two cushions and then it's got like pillows in the back. I just want to change the color of the actual cushions. They're brown and I just wanted to change it. I have this fabric I've had for a while. I got it somewhere along the line and I think I have enough to do two cushions. I'm going to be doing this tutorial without my serger. I did another tutorial about making cushions and I used a serger. This one I'm going to show without a serger. So for this project I've got some upholstery fabric, some coordinating thread, I've got a tape measure, I've got a rotary cutter, pins, and I've got a long ruler. You're also going to need something to mark your fabric with. I've just got a piece of seamstress chalk. And I just am going to color coordinate the thread. So all I'm doing is just looking at my threads and I'll just pick one out of there that matches. And I'll be using that for the top and for the bottom. I like to use up my old thread. I have quite a lot of it. So I like to just tug on it, and if it doesn't break, then I will go right ahead and use it. I used to collect old sewing boxes and inside were lots of old threads. So I've got quite a stash of old thread. I have new thread too. I just like to use up all these old spools. I'm going to take my couch cushion. Now couch cushions are not very pretty when you take them all out of their original casing. It's a brown couch. It's a dark brown couch. So of course this is like a stained dark brown. So it does not look very nice. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tape measure and I'm going to go from this side and I'm going to touch down here on the bottom of the table to this side on the bottom of the table. Okay, that gave me 36 inches. So I'm just going to write that down, 36 inches. I know that my fabric has to be 36 inches wide from here to here, okay? I know when I cut my fabric, I have to have 36 inches. Okay, now I'm just going to take my measuring tape. I'm going to stick it underneath, and I'm going to go all the way around. All right, and that's going to give me 71 inches. So I'm going to write that down. But I want to have a 5-inch overhang. So I'm going to add 5 inches. So 71 plus 5, 76 inches. But now I need 2 inches for seam allowance. So I'm going to add this plus 2 inches. So I know that I need to have fabric that's 36 inches by 78 inches. This is going to allow me a 5-inch overhang. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to need to make 2 of these because I've got 2 cushions. So all I need to do is cut 2 pieces of fabric, 36 inches by 78 inches. That'll be just what I need for this project. All I'm going to do here is I'm going to fold the ends in, the 2 long skinny ends. I'm going to fold it in about a quarter of an inch, and then I'm going to fold that over a quarter of an inch. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a press, just to hold it in place. Okay, so I've got that on both sides now. I'm just going to go to the sewing machine and I'm going to give this a hem on both sides. I'm just going to sew those down what I just pressed down. See the sewing machine. So I've got my presser foot down and I've got my foot right here. So I'm going to follow this hem right here. I only want this sewn about 1/8 of an inch in, just enough to catch it. So I'm going to start. I'm following my presser foot is right in here, so it's all going to be straight. And I'm going to do a back stitch right there. And then I'm going to go back and go forward. Now, I'm just going to go all the way down, following. And you can see how that's tacking that down right here. Just enough to hold it into place. So it's catching both edges. The one that's underneath, the quarter of an inch that's underneath, and what's on top. I will give a back stitch. It's gonna get sewn up in the end anyway when I do the sides. Go ahead and do that to both sides. There's what my hem is looking like so far. All right, now we're going to go back over to the cutting mat, and I'll show you what else we need to do. I've got that all pressed down now, and that's where the hem is going to be. I'm going to do that to both sides. I'm just going to fold this, and I'm going to bring the top piece just about to the center-ish. I'm going to do the same to the other side. I'm going to just fold that over, and I'm going to come over 5 inches. Now I'm just going to go over 5 inches. So I want to be sure that like where I started this hem and to the end of this hem. So I'm going to put a couple of pins in between the hem. So right here, I know I'm right there. So as long as I stay straight, I should be all set bringing the pins all the way down. Okay, so here's 5 inches between this hem and this hem. Or I should say, on the edge of this hem to the edge of this hem is 5 inches. Now I can straighten this out. And then you can just put some pins. You can feel that hem with your hand. And just put some pins in all the way down on both sides so it doesn't shift. And just smooth it as you go. If you do happen to come out a little bit wonky up here, just go ahead and trim that off, just to make it straight. I'm just going to do a straight stitch all the way down. I'm going to do that to both sides. I'll see you at the sewing machine. All I'm going to do here is I've got my presser foot down and I've got my needle over. So I'm going to be at about 1/2 inch. I'm also using the side of my presser foot here. This is going to be what I'm going to be following. And I'm just going to sew a zigzag stitch all the way down. And I'm going to use a wide zigzag so it brings it pretty close to the edge. And that way it will not fray so much. That's really not going to be that important. I'm probably not going to take these cushions covers off. Nobody's going to see that fray inside of them, but I'm just going to do it that way. And I'm just going to sew all the way down. And again, I'm only following the side of my presser foot here. Now I can feel the hem right here. I have to go really slow over that. My machine does not like a lot of thick fabric, so it's very thick right there. Not to mention this is upholstery fabric with a hem and 2 layers of fabric there. So I'm going to just go slow. Okay, I'm going to take the pins out as I go. I'll just continue on until I get to the next hem here. And now I'm at the hem. I need to go slow. Pick up any drag if you have any drag here, so it doesn't pull on your machine. And go right to the end. And I can break the thread right there. I'm going to do the same to the other side. Now just go ahead and take all the pins out. Now I want to have boxed edges on mine. So in order to do that, what I need to do is I need to take my cushion here, and all I'm doing is taking a measurement of how wide this is. It's 6 inches wide. So I need to have my boxed edges be 6 inches wide. So in order to do that, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, here's my cushion cover, just like we just sewed it. I'm just going to stick my hand in there, and I'm going to make this seam fall on the top. And I want to get a triangle. All right, with that seam in the middle. Okay, see how that's starting to look? So let me just show you again. I just stuck my hand in here, spread my fingers out a little bit, pull this down, and I just want that to be a triangle. Okay, I'm going to do that to all four corners. So now that I've got this triangle here, all I want to do is I want to take my ruler and I want to mark out 6 inches. I want to put my ruler, so wherever it falls on this point, I need to bring it away from the point and I need to measure so it equals 6 inches. So right here, from this point to this point is 6 inches. That's where I'm going to make my line. I'm, for fun, going to put a pin in here because I'm not going right to the sewing machine yet. I'm going to mark that right there. That'll stay together. I'm going to do that on all four corners. Just remember, you want that seam to be up and in the middle. So again, put your hand in. Bring that seam so you want that facing you. Grab a hold of it. Spread it out till you get a good triangle. You know you're good when you can look at the back and see that it's all flat. Okay? As long as you can get 6 inches out of that, you'll be good. Or whatever the inches are that you need to get. So put it on here. Put my ruler, set my ruler on it. Until I can get 6 inches with a straight line. And that's right there. I'm going to mark it and I'm going to stick a pin in. Just to hold the two fabrics together so it doesn't shift while I carry it over to the sewing machine. Okay. So we've got 2. A lot of the times you don't have that thick of a boxed edge. So you sometimes don't even need to put a pin in it. Sometimes you can do it right at your machine. But this is kind of big and it's just easier for me to do it right here at the table. Okay, now I'm just going to do the same. I put my hand in and I just spread my fingers out when I come out. And I just look to make sure that there's no loose material in the back. Flatten it out. And come to the number 6. Straight line. Right there. One more. Just make sure that's in the middle, okay? And then you've got that nice flat triangle. Look on the back to make sure it's good and flat. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to go over to the sewing machine. I'm going to give it a straight stitch on all 4 of these. All 4 corners. Now, you just want to make sure that you're not tucked in, okay? When you get over here, just be sure nothing's tucked. And all you're going to do, you're going to put yourself on a straight stitch. You're on a straight stitch, and you're just going to do a back stitch here. And then come forward. You're going to sew right over this seam, and you're going to want to go slow. Pull your pins out as you go. And give yourself a back stitch at the end. Then you're going to do this to all 4 corners. Say bye, little Miss Ready's Ready. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Just remember, I'm trying to grow my channel, so if you did like it, please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Remember to keep it simple. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Bye.